In today's video, we're going to go over adjustable rear camber arms by SPC. So here's the rear kit by SPC. This will help with inner tire wear so you're not wearing out the inside of your tires. Right there is the rear adjustable arm, and these are the toe bolts. So if you look right here, right here would be your toe bolt, where you're able to adjust the toe, and we're going to elongate the hole with a file to be able to give more adjustability. And then we're going to do the camber arms, which are these right here. So we're going to be removing these arms and replacing it with these by SPC. Alright, I'll recommend taking the rear tire off. It makes getting to these bolts a lot easier to get better leverage on them. And the bolts I'd be talking about are these right here. Are 17 millimeter. Put this on the correct way. Go ahead and remove these bolts. Now before removing them, make sure you take a close look at where this is actually seated at. There's a notch here if you see the little dot on it. So when putting that washer back, you can try to get the toe halfway decent before you take it to the alignment shop. So you're going to go ahead and remove this bolt, which is also a 17 millimeter. So now that we have this removed, the issue becomes is when this bolt actually comes out the back, it runs into hitting the sway bar. So you need to remove the sway bar. So before doing that, this has a shield here, so you're going to have to remove this. And this has a 10 millimeter bolts in it, right here, and right here, and right there. So remove those, and then you'll get easier access to remove the sway bar. And I already put some PP blaster on this, so by the time I get this removed, the sway bar will be, these nuts will be very easy to get off. Once the dust shield has been removed, then we're going to go ahead and remove the nuts on the sway bar. You're going to want to do this to the other side too. And these are 14 millimeter. So with the sway bar hanging down, you can see that this bolt right there is going to have enough clearance. Also, you want to try to keep an eye on where that dot is to try to also get this side back in the spec. So it looks like the dot's basically in the same position on the other side as it is on this side. Okay, once you remove the rear camber arm, you want to take the OEM one and take the SPC arm and get them to the exact same length. So it's halfway accurate when you go in to get your alignment. So as I'm putting this back, I can tell that I need to pull out on it because it's not going to fit. So get that to the right length if it mattered. So yeah, if it doesn't fit in there, just pull back on it a little bit like that, it'll pop right in. There you go. Now if you look here, you can just turn this by hand and you get that little dot to match up. On the other side is where you really do the measurements, and then that just follows suit. So if you look on the back side of this bolt, you can see this is where they actually turn it to get the toe within spec, I guess. So I think I got it pretty much where I found it. Okay, now that these arms are installed here, the next step is we're going to have to go up here and remove this bolt. And once we remove it, we're going to take a grinder and elongate the hole. And they give you a little cutout that you use to go ahead and mark with a permanent marker. Okay, you'll need a 17 millimeter socket to go ahead and remove this nut, which is right here. So once I remove this nut, I'm looking at to be able to get the grinder up here to be able to grind this hole, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have to remove the exhaust, just this side of it. So to remove the exhaust on the Motordyne Shockwave, it's fairly simple. All I have to do is loosen this V-clamp, and then this pipe will be able to come out. So we're taking the jack and we're gonna put some tension on this bucket spring so this bolt will slide easily out. So we'll put tension right here. Alright, now that we have the bolt out, we're gonna slowly lower the jack. Slowly lower it, so it gives you a little bit of room. And stop. So let's get the stencil out and put it around. Okay, next step is you cut out the stencil. Then you take a permanent marker and you're just going to outline where you need to grind. With the stencil removed, you can see how much is actually going to be grinded away. Okay, SBC, they recommend you buy one of their Dremel bits, which is like $100. It's because of the huge markup on it and the profit they're making. So I found this Dremel bit, this, see if this will focus, a 9901 at your Home Depot for about $9, and it seems to be working just great. So if you look here, as I've elongated the hole, just try to hold on to the bit, because as you can see here, I've already made a mark where it bounced off and put a scratcher on the frame. And also it's kind of making jagged edges. Just try to hold it steady if you can. This will focus. Just try to hold it steady if you can and just go slowly. It works plenty well enough. So if we look here, I pretty much got this hole elongated out to be able to fit these toe camber bolts. So don't go too bad on me in the comment sections about me getting the terms wrong here. I'm no alignment expert. So I've probably been saying toe when I should be saying camber and vice versa. So after we elongate this hole on the back side of this, you also have to do the exact same thing. And then we're going to move over to the other side, the other bucket spring, and repeat the process. Alright, take your stencil on the back side of it, and you're going to go ahead and mark it just like this, and then we're going to do the exact same process. Alright, after I filed this out, you can see I've got this back hole also elongated. Okay, that looks like that'll do it for today's video. Now once the bolt has been reinstalled, the toe camber bolt, you want to go ahead and put everything back together once you complete the other side and take it into an alignment shop. So hopefully this helped you guys if you're trying to stop inner tire wear in the rear. Instead of eating your tires out, especially if you have a lowered car, these camber kits are able to help minimize the tire wear so you can get more longevity out of your tires. So that'll do it for today's video. Please feel free to leave a comment below like you guys usually do, and I'll talk to you guys next video.
Jesus, Tyler.
That's violent. Well, Motordyne, she don't want to play around.
You don't think so?
Bye.